What's up, everybody? It's Dave Fernape here, and welcome to Habs Fans React, where I'm going to be reacting to every Montreal Canadiens game throughout the 2016-17 season. I'm going to be giving my reaction as a Habs fan on what I think about the game. So if you're a Habs fan, you've had a pretty rough last couple of years. So we went from a team that was going to win the Stanley Cup until, Carey Price got drop-kicked by Chris Kreider, to basically a team that was in contention for last place. Coming off that incredible run, we had multiple players get traded, get cut. Among those were Thomas Vanek, Danny Briere, Brian Gionta, Josh Georges, and then in the following season, during the season, we had, Rene Bourque get traded, Yuri Sekac get traded, and juggling of lines. As soon as we had players start to click and good lines form, they would just get broken up instantly. So we've had to deal with some pretty rough management, especially from a fan's point of view. You expect your team to be so good, especially from a season where you thought they were going to win the Stanley Cup, and then they're garbage. We've had to deal with some pretty rough management, and then last summer happened. It was bad enough that Carey Price got injured, taking us out of the playoffs. Then we had to deal with a trade that made most Habs fans pretty upset. One of our favorite players for most of us, PK Subban, got traded. There's so much talk on who's better, whether it's Shea Weber or PK Subban. Personally, for me, it doesn't matter the skill. PK Subban donated $10 million and promised to keep donating to a children's hospital. How could you trade away a player that did that for your city? I don't understand that. He went out every game playing his heart out. Yeah, he made mistakes, but in the end of the day, he tried his hardest for the team on a team that really didn't have effort. Well, now rolls around 2016-17 NHL season. Had a pretty exciting World Cup to watch where Carey Price shut out the whole world, but we still have the same management that's basically ruined our Stanley Cup contending team. Still have Coach Michel Therrien, who's been questionable, to say the least, and then Michel Therrien, who, whenever he sees his team not do too good, he just presses the panic button and trades away everybody. Literally, the entire league has been using us for the last, couple of years. How many prospects have we traded to Anaheim? How many? How many good prospects have we given to Anaheim? 5 in the last, 4 years? I don't know. We're feeding Anaheim, and that's not the only team we're feeding. We're feeding multiple teams. So, we have to deal with a pretty bad coach and, not so good GM for this season. So after all the wait, after missing the playoffs for a pretty long time without seeing Carey Price, without seeing our team even do remotely good, finally Game 1 of the 2016-17 regular season starts. For the last couple of years we've been playing against Toronto for Game 1 of our season, but this year we actually play against Buffalo Sabres. Sabres didn't end with a good record, of course. They're doing pretty bad. Yeah, they got Jack Eichel, but, oh, would you look at that? Jack Eichel's injured. They got Kyle Okposo off free agency. Oh, would you look at that? Kyle Okposo's injured. And they have a few other players, like Tyler Ennis, who scored that, monstrous goal against us. And some other players who have burned us pretty bad, but, hey, it's the Buffalo Sabres. And we have Carey Price, who just won the World Cup of Hockey as a goalie. Did you not see how incredible his performance was? I mean, yeah, our defense and our offense kind of burnt every team out, but still, Carey Price didn't even lose a game. So excited to have Carey Price back. So excited to see how Carey Price is going to do this season. And I think we got a pretty good shot of beating Buffalo, especially with Carey in net, of course. Oh, he has the flu. He has the flu. He has the flu. Are you serious? He has the flu? You can't make this stuff up. Well, at least we have a pretty good backup goaltender in wait, what? We sent him down? He got claimed on waivers by who? Pittsburgh. They don't need another goaltender. They have two. two Stanley. Okay, no. All right, we have our great goaltender who did good in the Stanley Cup, the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Rangers. Dustin Tokarski. No, he got nope. He went to Anaheim. Of course, he went to Anaheim. What he? What other goaltenders we have? Ben Scrivens. Nope, we didn't sign it. We just let him go. No, no, great. Who else do we have? Al Montoya. Is that a Florida Panther? Is that the Florida? So we have to play against Buffalo with a not too good of a goaltender, and our team is pretty bad as it is. It's only gotten worse. It has only gotten worse. Our management hasn't changed, and our GM is still a fool. So, alright, so puck is dropped, ready for the 2016-17 season to start. Here we go. Okay, so we have Brendan Gallagher skating in, harmless shot. It goes in! Habs score first from Brendan Gallagher, a snipe, assisted by Max Pacioretty. 1-0, only 8 minutes into the first period. Okay, second period starts. I think this is our fourth line on. Byron, Dano, Torrey Mitchell. This is definitely our fourth line. Mitchell scores! Mitchell assisted by Philippe Dano, is that his name? And Paul Byron to give the Habs a 2-0 lead. This was pretty early in the second, I believe only like 3 minutes in. Not too many eventful things happen. Buffalo Sabres really aren't getting chances on Al Montoya. They keep dumping the puck in and then just like not go get it. They just go take it. Pretty uneventful for the second period, and looks like it's about to one. Oh, okay. Evander Kane rushes really hard to the net and then just gets tripped by Yemelin. Looking at it again, Yemelin really didn't even trip him. Kane just fell. Evander Kane went really hard into the boards and got transported to a hospital. That's how bad the hit was. The impact from him hitting the boards. That, ow, that looked pretty painful. So third period, and it's in the back of our net. Wonderful. Matt Molson, assisted by Sam Reinhart, puts it in the net, and ow. It was on the power play, so you really can't blame Al Montoya, but still, you don't want that to happen. Not that early in the frickin' period. Shea Weber gets it at the point, wrists one towards the net. Brendan Gallagher tips it in, second of the game, and Montreal, just like that, have a 3-1 lead. But at this point of the game, things start to get rough. I believe, what is it, Torrey Mitchell got, like, kneed into the head by Josh Georges, and I'm pretty sure he also got hit by a puck in, like, the face. So he's not doing too good, and, multiple scrums happening, and they're not just like, scrums just pushing and shoving that normally happen. They're pretty intense scrums. Tensions are pretty high, especially for game one. And Buffalo has already enough injured players as it is. They probably don't need any more. And we took Kane out, so I'm gonna guess they're pretty salty. 11 minutes into the third, Andrew Shaw puts one away. Just like that, we have a 4-1 lead, and that's going to do it for the game. Buffalo really didn't have too much of a response to that. I mean, they pushed kind of hard in the third, but other than that, they looked pretty weak. They weren't really threatening the whole game. I mean, Al Montoya made a couple of pretty big saves, but other than that, really not that much came from Buffalo. I was expecting a little bit more oomph from them, but then again, like 3 of their best players weren't in the lineup, and they had Leonard in that, not NHL starter material right there. So we lucked out, and 4-1 victory. Our next game is against the Ottawa Senators on Saturday, and if I'm reading correctly, Carey Price is still sick with the flu. You can't really that long. It's a freaking week. You can't a week, my boy. Really? So, in other eventful things that happened in hockey, Austin Matthews scored 4 goals in his debut, and the Leafs still lost. Now, as a Habs fan, it is my responsibility and duty to make fun of the Maple Leafs, but at the same time, I really don't want to because They're pretty scary. Luckily, Frederick Anderson did not look too good in net, so hopefully he won't play that good when Habs have to play them next. But yeah, it's a pretty good squad, and they looked really good playing the Ottawa Senators. And the Senators, they look like playoff contenders this year. I mean, Carlson, Phaneuf, that's a pretty good defensive pairing. Bobby Ryan leading the offense with the likes of Kyle Turris by his side and Derek Brassard. Ottawa Senators and Toronto Maple Leafs both looked like, heck, playoff contending teams. And Edmonton Oilers beat the Calgary Flames 7-4. Edmonton looks really solid this year. You thought their offense was going to slow down, especially getting rid of Nail Yakupov and Taylor Hall, but they still look really good. And this Connor McDavid kid, he can skate. He can just short. Blues beat the Blackhawks, which makes me happy. I just don't like Chicago. I don't know why. Sharks beat the Kings. I also don't like the Kings. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the Blackhawks and the Kings have been really good for the last couple of years, and now they're finally starting to give way and let other teams take the spotlight. But I don't know. I think it's maybe just because they have a lot of bandwagon fans, which upsets me. Especially since they have a strong fan base, but like just the bandwagoners that know nothing about hockey and are just watching because they win, just ruin it for them. There was a whole bunch of games on the 13th, and that's when the Habs actually played. The games I just talked about were on the 12th. The 13th, there was like 1, 2, 3, 500 games that were played. It was ridiculous. I think the only notable ones were Lightning made a comeback against the Red Wings, Jets made a comeback against the Hurricanes, and Penguins beat the Capitals in the shootout. I'm actually in 27th place for the NHL Hat Trick Challenge. I've only gotten one question wrong, and I thought the Capitals were going to beat the Penguins, but Penguins won in a shootout. I'm doing pretty good this year. I'm aiming for first place. Until all the Habs questions come in, I'm always going to root for the Habs, even though they're obviously going to lose. So the Flyers beat the Kings, which I guess the Flyers are my hometown team, so I should root for them. Kings don't have Jonathan Quick right now. That really stinks for them. Oilers beat the Flames again, 5-3 this time. And then the Blackhawks and the Predators played. So Predators get a power play. It goes back to PK Subban. And if you're a Habs fan, you don't know what to feel from this. Subban shoots a rocket, snipes on Corey Crawford, goes in. It's his first goal as a Predator, and that's the Predators' first goal of the season. As a Habs fan, are you happy? Are you upset? I'm really happy for him. I'm glad. I hope he has an incredible season and heck even wins the cup if the Habs don't. The Habs are definitely not going to win the cup. But at the same time, it just hurts to see how good he's going to do on another team when we shouldn't have even traded him in the first place. Well, nonetheless, tonight the Habs are going to play the Senators. I know I'm uploading this like 2 days after the game was played. Don't get mad. And the Bruins are going to play the and the Bruins are going to play the Maple Leafs, so that's going to be exciting to watch. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to make a video after the Sens Habs games tomorrow. And I will see you guys next time. If you're a Habs fan or you just enjoyed this video, please please click the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.